Hey guys, I'm back. Today I am printing napkins, as you see in the title, and they're really, really thin, like really, really, really thin. They're 100% polyester, and they are for a wedding. So I am going to be printing this on there. It's a real good close up. It's a lot of little parts in it, so I decided to burn it on a 230 mesh. I originally was gonna do it with a 160, and I probably could have done it, but I thought, why not save ink? I mean, these are really thin, and it'll help it maintain like a really thin print on there. So I'm going for one hit because they're so thin and they will melt. Um, in fact, I've done a couple of test prints already, and this is the color they want it printed in. Hope you can see that. Oop. So that's what it's looking like. I got all those parts in there thanks to the 230 mesh. It looks sharp on there. But I wonder if I hang this, you'll see that when I cured it, it has shrunk a little bit where it's at. You can see by how it's all like weird looking at the bottom of the napkin right there versus this side. It's nice and like let me back up and show you. But yeah, and that was with it being under there like ow, I don't know. I think it was 10 seconds and it started to do that like pretty fast. I forgot to adjust my flash before I turned it on. And so it is a little too close. Yeah, that actually not scorched, it shrunk. So they gave me these off of Amazon. Like they gave these to me. Said they bought them off Amazon, and I didn't know they were going to be this thin. So this is all an experiment, but he's really wanting them because originally him and his wife were going to do it themselves. Hold on a second. And this is what he gave me as far as them trying it. So they printed all over one. They were trying to sublimate on it, which, okay, that makes sense. It's white, it's polyester, but I don't know what they were doing. But as you can see on there, like some was really faded. The black ones look pretty good. And then he had this green one on here. Oops. Oh, that he did in the corner. That was good. But he said, oh yeah, his wife seemed like she was doing it and she had given up on it. And so he's doing these as a surprise. She doesn't know that these are getting printed. So these are the ones in the middle that I test printed. I was trying to get the color right because he said something between these two right here, that dark green and the light green above it. He wanted something between those two. I'm like, okay, definitely eyeballing that. And that's what I came up with. So I'm thinking that's in between those two. So, and it's kind of changing colors and getting a little darker too when I cure it. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna try and print another one. And I'm gonna see if I can not have it shrink like that this time. We don't want it to shrink. I already told him though. I said, it's polyester. They're thin. I let him know that this was all a possibility. So if he gets it, he's not gonna be surprised if they look a little weird because of that. So I don't know if I've shared this yet, but I ended up finally installing my what do you call these things? Print grips on here, on all of them. So far, it's okay. I don't know. I do like them. This one doesn't even look sewn right. Yeah, that's not even sewn right. Wow. Sorry. I like them for the most part, but there's just certain. I don't know. It's kind of a pain to get started still because they're so sticky. And so I spend a lot of time just ripping it, trying to like get it off. And this is after putting on a t-shirt, ripping it off and putting it on. It's still really sticky. So I suppose it's better than not being sticky at all. But I usually have to get about, I don't know, I've done like 3 or 4 jobs on it. now, and it usually takes me about 20 shirts before it stops doing it. Oh. Yep. Oh, so sticky. But that's what it looks like. It's nice. I like it. It's supposedly a New Orleans thing. They're both from New Orleans, or they're getting married there or something. And alligators, New Orleans. It's a thing, I guess. So, all right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that was 7 seconds, and it's already shrinking. It's already shrinking. I think I have a 7-second carry, you guys. That's the fastest thing ever. It looks good. It's still shrunk, so let me see. This is 7 seconds under there. You can still, it's not as bad as that one, but you can still tell that it did. Just a little bit. So, that's just going to be what it is. No one's going to notice it. They're not going to care. He said they're going to be swinging these around. Everybody's going to be probably drinking and whatever, so they're not going to care. It's for one night. So, I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on myself for this. It's kind of just like a fun job. I get to be a part of a surprise, which is always fun. Yeah, these are sewn so bad. Like, I don't even have a plan really for lining this up, except just, I have this one marked, so I'm just putting the corner on the line. I figured this was the best way since he wanted me to print it at an angle. That looks good. Oh my gosh. It's just not. It's too much. That's too much. Okay. I want to see how fast. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 8 seconds. That was 8 seconds. Okay. Wow. That is cool. I dig it. So I got 150 of these to do. He said he brought 200, but he's like, you don't have to print all of them. Just 150 is good. I'm like, we'll see. If I get on a roll, sometimes I just print the whole thing. Just in case they don't have to call me back and go, well, we actually need, nope, you already got it. I don't even have to double back like that. So sometimes you just gotta beat them to it. Okay. I hope your guys' weekend is going well so far. It's ridiculous. All right. My weekend's going pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to do 8 seconds. I am filling 8 seconds. Yeah, my weekend's been pretty good so far. In a couple of hours, I was supposed to be going. Actually, not even. Wow, it's almost 6 o'clock. So in a little over an hour, I was supposed to be going to a party. I mean, I still can, but I really want to get these done because this is due Monday. But I want to give them to them on Sunday, tomorrow, because they're leaving out of town Monday morning. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. So, nope, we're going to do them this weekend. But yeah, there's a. Oh, that didn't come all the way through. It's all right. It's good enough. Yeah, they won't even see it. I was supposed to be going to a climbing party. 1, 2, What does 6 seconds look like? Oh, that seems like that's good. So yeah, climbing party tonight at 7, from 7 to 11. And I wanted to get there earlier, like 7, but that's not happening because I have this to do, and then I had a client reach out to me this afternoon, like literally 3 hours ago. I don't even think it was 3. And he was like, "We got a game tomorrow. I need a couple jerseys to be fixed." He knows I'm the only one that's gonna do it on this day, but I'm doing them for him. This is what I do. It's a little change. Like, it's 2 jerseys, so they're new, and so I gotta add their name on the back of both of them. I just charge them 25 for it. It's vinyl. I already got the vinyl. I have to buy it, so that is really close to that. I can't even put these in the same spot because they're not sewing right. That's so weird. But yeah, pretty much if I'm using my Cricut, then it's for him. Because I don't do vinyl for anybody else. Nobody else. I see what you're doing. Okay, there we go. I think he should have picked a better color. I mean, you can't really even see the eyes on this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's cute. I like it. I like it. Well, what's going on in y'all guys' world? Like, we've been getting a little snow, and I do mean like a little because it usually snows more than this, and everything is going around us, so it's weird. Everybody else is getting dumped on, except for Omaha. And I actually want the snow. I want snow. It's been so long since we've had a good snow here. But we just got an inch today, and we got an inch last week, and it's just like they actually shut down the schools when we got the inch or what was that, Thursday, Wednesday? I don't know. I was like, what? Or an inch? That seems kind of crazy, right? Like, we're in the Midwest, it snows here. Why are we shutting down schools like we don't know what to do? All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, I'm kind of bouncing between like 6, 7 seconds, 8, just to see if I can change the outcome of the shrinking. It's not really for them at this point. It's for me. Like, it's just for me. I know they're not going to care. If I do this again, it's just a challenge. This is the second time I've had to deal with something. No, third time. Third time I've had to deal with something like this. Fourth. Okay, I can't count. My bad. But, oh my God, this is so like crap. Let's try this corner. I am having, I think last time I was on here, I told you guys about my new VA that's been helping me. And she's been a godsend. I'm loving working with her so far. I just need to find ways to like help her help me. All right, that's a little high, but we're gonna roll with it. Make sure we get that. Yes. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, so just as a random thing, I'm feeling pretty sore right now because, and I'm talking about going climbing. It makes no sense. But I did something here locally. It's like a science museum, but they have adult night. And it's really cool. And they had, I don't know if it's a new edition. Apparently, from everybody else that I've been talking to, it is. But they have a basically a playground inside. It's an indoor playground, but adults can play in it and you go in there and move around, whatever. So I had a lot of fun with that. And now my knee is unhappy. My body's unhappy with that. But it was so cool. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I always thought it should have been a thing because, even if kids are in there, you're like, shouldn't you be able to go in there too? I don't know. But it was really fun. Learned a few things. I have a local, well, it's not local. It's close to me. It's the closest show to me. It's called the Dax Show, and it is going to be happening in a couple weeks. I think it's, oh, I can't even tell you the dates. I have so many February dates in my head right now, but it should be towards the end of February. And I think I'm going to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Just to see what they got there and if they have any new equipment. Get some samples. I love getting samples. Get to play with some new stuff. Let's see here. Why does it look like that? That's so weird. Yeah. I think I'm gonna. Oh, it's over there. Huh. I think I'm gonna switch. Well, maybe not. I figured the pocket squeegee would be good. I think it's okay. Yeah, they should have done this in a dark color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, for anyone who may be new to this channel, I am curing with my flash. And I know there's people out there that say, you can't, polyester melts. It does. It melts, it shrinks. This one in particular is really reactive to the heat. This is probably the most reactive polyester I've printed on because it's thin. But there is a way to do it. You just gotta pay attention. You gotta be paying attention all the time. I've done it with it's not center. I've done it with polypropylene bags, and they came out perfectly fine. I did do water based on those though, so there's a video for that, probably like 10 videos ago, where I was showing that process. But I thought I'd show this too, because this is really, really thin polyester, and well, most people sublimate on it. But I wanted to show screen printing on this. And now you can do this too. You don't have to sublimate it if you don't want to. You can actually screen print on it. It's just like printing on a shirt. 1, 2, 3, 4. The longest part of this process right now is literally just lining it up on a pallet because they're all some different. That's really the biggest thing. But now that I've been printing, I've got a guide because they're so thin, the ink's going right through it. which is helpful. And what I'm doing is, it looks like I'm hitting it twice, but I'm not. I am not hitting it twice. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm not really hitting it twice. Not a full-on thing because it's a 230 mesh. These are thin. You only need one hit. The second pass is just clearing it. I am having to do that because this image, there's a part of it that sticks out just far enough that I kind of have to hit it again, but like I have to slide the squeegee over so I can make sure I get that little tiny part of the image on there too. You don't need to double hit anything like this. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So tell me what you guys have been working on. The season is coming. Okay. Like I've been describing it as like a wave that's just in the distance. Like I'm standing on the beach and there's a wave and it's just high, like a tsunami, and it's just coming right at me. And that's like the incoming like season, the workflow, you know? And so I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I've got some cool opportunities lined up. And but I just like to hear about how everybody else is preparing for it. What things are you doing? What systems are you trying to get in place? Like, what are you improving upon from the previous year? What worked, what didn't, you know? Because for me, I know, I mean, last year I focused on networking. That's how I got 90% of my work was that. And that, you know, when you network, you get orders through word of mouth and just talking to people. 1, 2. But this year, I want to focus more on, not focus more, but I need to create a system around a solid system that I can pass off to somebody for lead generation. Because that is something that eventually I'm going to outsource to my VA. So I've downloaded, or not downloaded, but I signed up with, oh, what is it called? Zoho CRM is what I've been using. I like it. It's really straightforward and easy to understand. 1 second. But I'm needing a little bit of help in like how to be better at it, because right now, that was shrunk extra. That's weird. Dang, I forgot what I was saying. But I'm basically just trying to be more efficient at it, because right now, you know, I have my VA sending emails and stuff. And I told her I would follow up, but I'm thinking that's probably not going to be the case anymore. Like I need her to do that. And then if they respond, then I can come in and do that, you know. All right. There was something, actually, my VA was telling me about. What's that? She said it's like Etsy. It's a new, or maybe a newer platform that is similar to Etsy. It actually even looks like Etsy. It looks like it, but it's called Raina or something. I think that's wrong. I think it starts with an F. But she was saying how some of her other clients are moving towards that sell on Etsy, and she was suggesting that I should do that. And at first in my head, I was like, why? I don't sell anything on Etsy right now. I just do custom work for people. But she was telling me like it's a good platform, even if you don't, sell this service on it. You can still sell, of course, pre-made stuff and stuff like that. But digital products would be good. So, and she said it's really, really easy to hook it up to the website. So yeah, I've been thinking about it. I mean, she would help me run it, so I don't know. I have to think of the name. What was the name of that? I know it's on my phone, and my phone's like, actually, oh, I'm on it. My bad. Thought I was on. But I don't feel like pulling it up because if I stop the stream, it acts weird. Oh, that's not. Come on. Trying to see how many of these I can get done in an hour. But I'm wasting a lot of time lining it up. I'm not going to be on here long. I just wanted to show this for those who have not seen it yet. That is what it's looking like. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, it looks good. Cool. Yeah, they're going to love these. They are going to love these. But yeah, if you have any questions about this, let me know. You can drop them in the chat or leave a comment. You're just curious about if you want to try this yourself. Sometimes when it's been slow because it's the slow season. But sometimes that's like the best time to learn new skills and kind of just try new things like this. And I figure, hey, why not? It's been really fun doing this so far. But I'm probably going to get off here soon. I told myself 30 minutes. 30 minutes. My next goal after this, I got to do these jerseys, and I have to do another order that's Bella Canvas sweatshirts. Those Bella Canvas sweatshirts, they're the sponge ones. I can't remember, 3901 maybe. They are really nice. I had no idea they were that nice. So I bought myself a couple of them just because. But that's this other lady's order. She ordered some for Christmas and she's just getting some more because she loved them so much. And it's super easy. I've been getting a lot of DTF jobs in the last, in the last week. So I've been taking them. It's money. It's easy little orders you can kind of knock out real quick. It adds up. Those are so nice. I love that this is coming out so good. So I custom mixed this color. Maybe I'll start doing that. So I custom mixed this color out of 3 colors. And I've heard this before, right? So this was really experimental for me because not only is it napkins that are really thin, but it's also the fact that I mixed this ink color out of 3 different inks. 3 different brands is what I mean. So I used, for the color, I used F and Ink Yellow, because, it has to be low cure. This polyester, I need to cure at 270. Otherwise, obviously, it will melt and shrink and all that stuff. But the green that I had that was low cure was like an light electric green. In fact, it would be, not this green. Oh, I can't even see that. Never mind. But you can kind of see on the back side, like this is like a really, really electric green. So it's light. And so when I mixed them together, it wasn't what he was talking about. So I ended up going, okay. And the green is from Rapid Cure. I think that's Screen Print Direct. So I had something from Ryanet. I had something from Screen Print Direct. Those are the 2 low cure. And I was like, okay, this isn't dark enough green. The only other green I have is Union. Max Opaque Green, Kelly Green. And that cure is at 325. So I kind of thought about it and I was like, don't know, you're not supposed to do that because that can cause problems. But I thought about it. I'm like, it's okay to do that on stuff like this that has a one-time use. Like, if it was t-shirts, I'd be a lot more skeptical about it. But this, no, they're going to have their fun for a day. And then, a couple of them might keep it for family reasons and all that. But most of this is going to go in the trash. So I ended up mixing Union ink, just a drop. Literally just a drop. Like, out of the whole container I mixed it in, the Kelly Green from Union is maybe like 7-8% of the ink that was in there, because it didn't take much. So I was just curious to see how it all mixed up, and I mean, it's doing fine. So there you go, right? There you go. I just needed to be that darker green, and it worked out, or it is working out. I'm kind of curious though, like what it would do on a t-shirt. I do have one over there, so I might actually, when this job is over, I may do a test print with it and cure it and do a wash test and just see what happens. This is literally not getting less sticky, but why would it? This fabric does not have much to it. And this is technically reaching, I mean, it's at 382 and it's been there for like 4 seconds. So it really doesn't need that much of a cure time at all. But if you're doing polyester anything, you have to let customers know that there's a possibility of shrinking, especially if you're talking about tote bags and stuff. Those are the worst. Like polypropylene is the worst. But this is actually worse than that. So this is but I mean, this isn't a normal job either, right? It's not standard. But honestly, I'd do it again. I would do it again. You could have just offered as like just to people have weddings coming up. Definitely gonna take a picture of it. See what happens. I mean, I'm just testing things. I mean, I never would have thought about printing napkins. But somebody out there wants it. This is giving me an idea for something to push in the slow season. Because weddings happen all year round, so it's definitely something that you can always just be able to do. 1, 2. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off here because I'm gonna print probably the rest of these. I got maybe about 20 more napkins left here. And I'm gonna get out of here and go have some fun and come back and print these jerseys and then maybe finish this job tomorrow. We shall see. Oh, you were just not cooperating. Let's take a printer. It's good. Alright. Easy peasy. And if anybody wants to hear about the print grip, you can also drop me a comment about that. I will be glad to tell you, you know, what my experience has been so far. I've used it before. For those who follow me, they know that already. But yeah, dealing with 4 of them is still different. So, oh, I don't know if I've mentioned this. I actually ended up, before I go, I ended up calling Ryan it because the last job I did for a chiropractor, I noticed, and I've been noticing this since I got this press. I just wasn't sure what heads it was. Like, it just seemed to always be bouncing around, you know? So I was printing the shirts, and it was a 1 color, so it didn't require me to use the micro registration. But I lined it up, started printing, and I just kept noticing every about 30 to 40 shirts. No, about every 30. It might have been even every 20 shirts. I'll say about 20, maybe 25 shirts. I kept noticing the screen shifting. I could see it. And at some point it would just be, it'd shift to the, what's that? It'd be to the left. And I was kind of like, what's going on with that? That's weird. I'm not touching anything. That shouldn't even be happening. Because when I did my other job back in December, I noticed it when I was doing a 3-color job. I'll call it 3-color job. And I noticed that kept happening. So I was like, oh, that's weird. But I was using the micros on that job. So I was thinking it was connected to the micros. So I noticed it on this. And so I was like, let me call Ryan. Called Ryan, and they told me, I know I'm missing, there's some rubber, like O-rings that goes around the knob right here for each micro knob. And I know there's probably 3 of them missing in total with all the heads. And a lot of them are cracked. So not good. And he told me that even if they're cracked, it can be enough for it to shift that screen because that's what keeps it in place. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. He also told me that I mentioned something else, and he mentioned that the knobs, the knobs themselves for the micros need to be replaced too, it sounds like. So, long story short, I need to replace all of the micro knobs and all of the rubber rings on all the heads. And I think it would, once I do that, I'll stop having so many issues because, every press has its quirks, right? But I've been learning this one for the last 6 months, and that's just one of those things. I've worked with it. Like, it's not like it's, the worst was when it was the 3-color job and I was just fighting it on multiple heads at the same time. That was a nightmare. But yeah, after this one, I was like, let me just call, and yeah, like knowing what that is, like that might explain why I've been having so many problems lining things up and holding registration. Because I'm like, I've heard about this press that it doesn't hold registration, it sucks. And I thought that maybe it was that. It's like, oh, okay, it's, I don't know, it's what I've heard, right? But some guy tell me, like, no, this is something else, like something's wrong on this press. I never replaced any of the parts except for a bolt anyway. And obviously, it's been sitting, it hasn't been, those things haven't been replaced. So yeah, I gotta replace those. And the good news is they're not that expensive. Like O-rings are gonna be like $1, maybe for like 4 or 5 of them. But he said the knobs are about, I don't know, $5, $7 each. So I'm like, okay, that's easy enough. I can do that. But I'm really, really curious to see how much better this press gets once I replace those. And tell at the same time, I might as well grease her up because I haven't done that either. I'm guessing he didn't do that. So just give her a makeover. Give her a makeover. She needs that. So yeah, that's my life right now. And next week, actually the next couple weeks is going to be really, really crazy for me because, like I said, the busy season's coming. I got people that want to order stuff early, larger orders, so I have to prepare for that. Um, uh, but I need it because things are just a little different for me this year financially, and I have to prepare for that. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great weekend. And I'll be on again soon with probably some other crazy job. Not crazy. Or maybe I can show you guys maybe like some artwork stuff or kind of how I do prospecting. In fact, I actually have a prospecting class coming up that I signed up for. And I'm looking forward to that. And I got a couple other workshops and stuff that I am joining this year. Can't tell you everything, but they will be extremely beneficial. They will be extreme. All right, guys, let me do this. I said I was going to go like 3 times. I'm really going to go now. Hold on. Let me not burn this. I'll print one more. Oh my gosh. It is 6:19. I'm doing good. I'm going to print one more to show you guys before I go. Yeah, lining this up's like the worst part. Yeah, but this is a really easy job. So easy. Easiest $400 ever. Easiest $400 ever. Now it wasn't even a rush, like a rush fee. He gave me a nice tip because I'm sure no other shop was about to take this job. So, dang it, I meant to show you guys that. Hold on, I'm liking us going. Like once I get printed, that's why I gotta go because. There. Right. Oh, there it is. I don't even know if you can see that. Oh my gosh. I'm trying. And there we go. All right. Ouch. It's so staticky in here. I need to get a humidifier. Hey, Cynthia, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm just printing these napkins. I'm about to get off though. But I thought I'd just share this experience. It is new for me. And I've never heard anybody screen print on napkins, so figure why not put it out there. And I'm getting it to a point to where it's not really shrinking that much, so. Yay. How's life going for you? How are things going? Are you getting busy or kind of just figuring out processes? Oh yeah, that one didn't even shrink at all. Yes, that one didn't even really shrink. Yay. That's what I'm trying to get to, where it's like not really shrinking. Okay. It is cute. It's so cool. I just love it. It is a cool print. It's so easy, but it looks good. I burnt it on a 230 mesh. I was originally going to do it on a 160, and I probably could have done it, but I was really kind of just focused on saving ink because I was already low on ink. And when he told me this, and I took it and I looked, and I was like, shit. I thought I had more than that, but I forgot I used some of the yellow for another job, and I was like, well, I'm gonna have to make it work because it's too late to order it from who is that? Or screenprinting.com. And around here, there's literally no place around here that sells low cure ink. There's water base and there's regular stuff, but not low cure. So that's the one thing they need to. I may talk to one of my suppliers here that I use in like a crunch when I can't find any other ink. I go to him, see if he can maybe start bringing some low cure stuff here. I think that'd be a great move for him because I need it, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Yeah, these are really, really thin. Like I'm leaving them under there for 7 seconds. It's the fastest cure time ever. I love it. It's taking me longer to register the dang thing than it is to cure it. But yeah, they're getting married in New Orleans, and they're going to be using these to wave around. That's, I guess, the alligator thing that they're talking about. And they're going to swing it around, and I don't know. I guess it's a New Orleans thing. I'm like, okay. Makes no difference to me. Do you want? So they're due Monday, but I figured I have a beast to deal with on Monday. I don't really want to be worried about this. I just don't. Something cool that happened though is so when I went to college, I went on a full ride scholarship, and that program reached out to me this week. Of course, I've been out of college for a while, but I know, can't remember if it was last year or 2 years ago that I stopped in the office, say, hey, how's everything going? It's me, you know, and just catch up. And I gave them a card. I gave a couple of them a card. And I was like, hey, I do t-shirts. I got a print shop. You know, if you ever need anything, I'd love to print for Garage. Well, they called me. I planted that seed and it finally sprouted. And they are ready to work with me. And they're one of those like scholarship programs. I know there's a couple of them like that, but basically when you leave, they just keep tabs on you. They're like, once you're in here, you are stuck with us kind of thing. But they like to use their own people for stuff if they can. And so I remember they were super excited when I first told her. I'm like, oh yeah, well now we got somebody that's Garbage that actually does this. Great, we can like maybe use you. So that's finally happening, and they're gonna be ordering about 150 shirts, and I'm just really excited about that. It's like a full circle moment. Yeah, this is good. I desperately need to clean my shop. Like I've been saying that for so long, and every time I'm like, all right, I got some time. Something comes through, something happens. I'm like, dang it. I really need to because I'm trying to get it to a point. I think I'm gonna take this ink table out of here because I'm trying to optimize this space like as much as possible because it's small. And I do a lot of banging and crack my ribs on these things. And I'm tired of hurting myself. So um, that's pretty much where I'm at. And I just realized, like, okay, I need to pick up some of this stuff off the floor and like make it seem like it's a little bit bigger in here. I think I'm gonna take my heat presses upstairs and give them their own room. And I think I'm gonna take my dark room and move it upstairs too, because that'll make reclaiming a whole lot easier. I am tired of running up and down the stairs to reclaim. It's just like, no, when you have 7 screens, no, it's terrible. So I think I'm gonna do a floating shelf, like 2 of them, right here, and then put the inks up there. And then I'm thinking of doing a pegboard for just like tools and stuff, because I have a lot of stuff that just sits on this table and then it gets in my way. And sometimes things fall on my foot. And, it's just like there's a lot of stuff that goes on in here behind the scenes. Because it's just, there's just stuff everywhere. So, but yeah, I want to get a pegboard for like hanging tools. I've seen people do that. And what was the other thing? They make like a squeegee rack. That's like seriously the one thing I want for real. So that way I can hang my squeegees like on the wall, and that way I can just grab them. They're right there. They're organized. That is something I really, really want. And they sell, I think Nevertheless sells them on, was it Amazon, for $30 for a small one that holds 8. And that's all I need because I have about 8 squeegees. I probably need to get more though. But I feel like once I do those things, it'll really open it up in here. What type of ink are you using? So funny thing, right? Funny thing about the ink I'm using. It's 3 different inks mixed together. So these are polyester. I don't know if I said that. So they're really, really thin. You probably can tell. So I was like, okay, these are definitely gonna warp and melt and all that stuff if I leave them under there too long. So it's got to be 270. But did I throw it away already? Hold on, let me show you. So I used F and ink yellow. That's the yellow that I used. That's 270. And then I used this one here. If I can pull it out super quick. I don't even want to say that. Oh, yeah. Well, basically, I used this one. This is the second brand, the Rapid Cure. You can find this brand on Amazon. But it was a mixture of this and, so actually there's 4 different inks. But it's a mixture of this and Wilflex White that made a lighter green for another job. So I put that in there. So there was that. And then, because the green was too light, the green was too light, I went ahead and used the tiniest dab of Union Ink Max Opaque Kelly Green. So yeah, there's Wilflex, there's Union, there's Rapicure, and there's F and Ink. Yeah. It's just there's 4 different inks in there, and yeah, and then I mixed it together, and most of it is low cure. So, but I needed the pigment of the Kelly green to make it the green that he was looking for. So I was like, well, that green cures at 325. Everything else cures at 270. The white cures at 300. So it's just an experiment. But they're coming out fine. I mean, I'm not worried about it because, again, this is for a wedding. They're going to be using these for 1 day, maybe 2. I doubt it's 2, but they're not going to be washing these, so I don't care. Now, if it was a t-shirt, probably not doing that. But yeah, they're not washing. I'm not worried about it. So are you? Yeah, I'm curing it at 7 seconds. I experimented with it, and yeah, 7 seconds seems to be the sweet spot right before it starts, like trying to shrink and stuff. You can't even really tell. I mean, a little bit if you know what you're looking for, but quickest cure time ever. I love it. And my flash is sitting probably about 5 inches away from the surface. I didn't actually want it that close, but I always forget to adjust the damn thing before I start, and by the time I realized that it was at temp, and I was like, I am not turning this thing off to readjust and turn. No, it's just which have to make it work. Don't have to make it work. So today I learned that you can mix 4 different inks together, and it still comes out fine. It's curing fine. Yeah. And some of them it's been like really weird because they'll start shrinking faster. Like I had one start shrinking in like 5 seconds, so that one's gonna look a little weird. But these are off of Amazon. Like that's just a chance you take. You did a test, so it's not cured, it's flashed. Well, I mean, I read it with the temp gun, and it was reading like 397, 403, somewhere in there. I'm leaving it under there like a little longer because it cures at 275. So, or no, I'm sorry, 270. And so I figure, yeah, it's good. I did do the stretch test, and like I said, they're not gonna wash these. They're not gonna wash them. You're not gonna stretch them, but yeah, it's fun. It is all good. But yes, technically it is flashed. You're right. Technically, that's yes, yes. All right. Run out of ink. But that's the longest I literally can leave it out there before it starts trying to melt or shrink or whatever, and then it starts distorting. Like I said, there was one that started shrinking at like 5 seconds, and now the alligators look kind of weird, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it because they had already checked it. Like they weren't even going to do this, so this is like a last minute thing. It'll be good. Sure. He actually wanted it at 3 inches, but I just made it like 3.5. No, I think it was like 3.7 because some of the details I felt like were looking kind of weird, like the eyes. But at this point, that's just a color thing. Yeah. Yeah, and I got to do this jersey job that just came today. Do I care about that? No. He needs that tomorrow because the game's tomorrow. I don't know why on earth this guy waits until the day before to do it, but I'm like, hey, as long as you pay me, I'm good. I'm here. Though I am starting to deal with people calling me on the weekends more. Like, my hours are posted. I've still been answering the phone though, because it's the slow season. I don't want to miss any opportunities. And like with the Goodrich order or whatever, they ended up calling me at 7 o'clock at night. And she was like, I'm so glad that you answered the phone. I didn't realize you were closed, but I'm so glad you're here. I want to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. So that actually turned out really, really good. But yeah, I'm probably going to get off here. I got a lot to do. And today will actually be my day off. If it cures at 270, you need to lower heat and let it set 35 seconds for it to technically be cured. But I get you. You got to push through because they're flash does. Yes. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about this flash. That's the one thing I do not like about it. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, I thought about doing water based, but I felt like, I mean, that just didn't seem like a good idea. I kind of just wanted to use what I had here and I figured this was good. I mean, that ink is made for polyester, so. Yeah. They do. I'm super happy they're coming out good. I think I might switch like gradually over to yellow mesh screens because that thing burns so good. Like, not saying that my white screens burn bad, but it was just kind of nice to have it wash out like it did. It just was a better, and it looks better. Like, I know this is a 230 mesh, but I just feel like it was a lot easier to deal with the white or the yellow mesh than the white. I find with my white mesh, it takes a lot longer to wash out. And this is a new bucket of emulsion I got. So I don't know if that's normal, but I've heard yellow mesh is better anyway. What's it gonna hurt? What is it going to hurt? All right. One last look. And I'm signing off. Oh. That's what they're looking like. It's so cute. That's a cute image. I love it. Yeah. Yep. Whoa. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna finish this up and then I'm gonna get out of here so I can come back and do the jerseys. Yay. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. See you later.